Hey y'all, it's your girl Dr. Nina, and yes, we've learned some valuable things from our parents in the math classes. But look, with us getting into these bills, taxes, investments, and bank accounts, it's some stuff we should have known sooner. But your girl done learned a lot of lessons the hard way, so you don't have to. So today I'm sharing those 10 personal finance lessons that I learned that changed my life before marriage. From saving money to increasing credit scores to not loaning money to fools or anybody. I got you. And I want to hear from y'all. What are some of the most important money lessons you've learned to this day? And I know you're curious, so go ahead and check out the description box because I got some items for you that's going to help you to stay on your journey. And go ahead and text and join my free community. That text community is amazing because it's going to let you know when I have those master classes and when I go live on all my social media. And this part is for all the money conscious. Click like on this video and subscribe. It's absolutely free, but it's going to help you with those tips that keep your life all the way together. Now let's get into this video. Lesson 1 is to understand your relationship with money. Look, y'all, my mother adopted me and raised me starting off with $15,000 a year in St. Louis, Missouri. And while our home was a sanctuary and I got most of the things I wanted and what I needed, I definitely realized we were not flowing in with the cash, but she did amazingly well. But at the same time, I built some very strong emotions towards money. And I learned this in therapy through asking myself questions like, how do I feel when I spend money? How do I feel when I save money? How do I feel when I make a credit card or a student loan payment? Through this, I realized I had some pretty strong emotions surrounding money. If I wasn't spending it on a bill or helping to save somebody out of a bind, I felt irresponsible and guilty. But I had to learn quickly that I was not Mary Poppins and it wasn't my responsibility to save everyone. It was okay to self-care and do the things necessary to improve my life. Once I got that on track, I had a better relationship with money. Lesson 2 is to set goals that include a budget. It's hard to be inspired to save if you don't have a specific goal in mind. Whether that's the home you've been wanting or the retirement that you're saving for. A lot of times we will not push for anything unless we aim for a goal with a specific strategy. I bought my first home in my 20s, only a year and a half into my career. Now this is my business, okay? But I had over $12,000 in hand ready to put it down on a house of my own so that I knew my aim and my goal. But I also knew that I needed other things because I couldn't depend on anyone else. I had to have emergency cash for other things like bill money, insurance, taxes, and more. So that aim is going to help you to push towards that goal. Lesson 3 is to actually make the budget. It was just me and Bella, but I was comfortable because I budgeted. A budget is simply a plan for managing your money. It's based on your monthly income and it compares your fixed versus variable expenses. Fixed expenses are things like rent and mortgage or your car insurance or phone bill. Variable includes things like your groceries and gas, fun money, non-essentials, clothing items, and restaurants. So to make it simple, I broke it down like this. Calculated my monthly income, got a list of my monthly expenses together, categorized those expenses and made some values that went with it, and I adjusted my budget from there. And I love the 50-30-20 budget rule. 50% to essential spending, 30% to non-essentials, and 20% to paying off your debts or saving money. And in times where the budget didn't cut it, I had to adjust. And I'm not talking about joining in with the Squid Games. I either cut back on non-essential or essential spending. And this really stopped me from living beyond my means. Lesson 4 is to spend less than what you make. My overall aim is to save at least 15 to 20% of all income. For those times where I did have trouble not spending money, instead of using my credit or debit card, I would take out cash because cash hurts. And I would spend that on the non-essentials and clothes and restaurants and things like that. And when it ran out, that was it for the month. And by taking out a fixed amount each month and keeping it the same, it can make you more aware of your spending habits and where your money is actually going. Lesson 5, when all else fails, jack your own money. This works for me. I have my savings and contributions taken out of my checks automatically. I'm talking 401k and retirement plans, no questions asked. My life insurance and even my tithes come out automatically. And if your job has like a 401k match or other type of monetary matches, make it so it comes out of your check automatically so you never even see it. If it doesn't hit your account, you ain't gonna miss it. This way you're able to save without you even seeing the money. If you're looking to get your feet wet with savings, there's options like those offered with Albert to help you get started. And I'm happy to say that Albert is today's video sponsor. Albert is completely different from any bank account you've ever used. It's free to sign up and easy to use. And the best thing about them is that they help you to save automatically. Instead of you just opening a traditional savings account and hoping that you add money to it, Albert actually looks at your income and expenses and sees where you can save money. They automatically move money into your savings account, sometimes as little as a few dollars a month. It's pretty cool, and you'd be surprised at how much money you can save in just a few months. You can even get 5 to 20% cash back on purchases at places like Walmart and Starbucks and others of your favorite merchants found within the app just by tapping on them. And after swiping your debit card, you'll immediately see the money show up in your account. And Albert doesn't charge you maintenance fees or require that you hold a minimum balance. When you're becoming more intentional, managing your finances can get stressful. Albert has a team of financial experts they call geniuses. They will look at your situation and help you make a plan and answer any questions should you become stuck. Click the link in the description box and download the Albert app today. For a limited time, when you open a checking account and connect a qualifying direct deposit, you'll get $150. Lesson 6 is that emergency funds are necessary. And while I strive to account for this in my regular savings, it's always nice to have an account or two separate that allows you to save just for a rainy day. I was taught growing up to have 6 months or more of money extra to live on, to pay bills with as well. And I was also taught to have an unexpected account. This is for medical expenses, when your tires go bad, or when you need to account for a house expense or anything else that's unexpected. Add a little bit more to that 15 to 20% that you may save out of your checks in order for you to have peace of mind in such a crazy world. And here's a quick trick to build up that emergency fund. Whenever I would pay off a car note or pay off a credit card bill that maybe took me a while to pay off, I start paying that money to myself or to a separate account just monthly, just like it was still there as a bill. Why? Because I'm no longer missing that money. That helps to build up that account so that it's money that you're not even missing. You hadn't been spending it before, you were spending it on a bill, so why not pay it to yourself for a rainy day? That way you stack the cash, so if something happens, you have it at your disposal. Lesson 7 is to make sure you understand the basics about credit. And while it may seem like a mystery, there are a few small things that you can do to increase your credit score pretty quickly. Understand that your credit score is a metric between 300 to 850, letting creditors know how likely you are to pay bills on time and to be responsible with your credit limits. Most personal finance experts say anything 600 and above is pretty good, but I'm pretty much a perfectionist when it comes to credit. I had to first learn that credit cards aren't bad. It's what you do with them and the cash you have on hand in order to keep them under control that can make or break you. I used credit cards very young in order to establish my credit score early on. And I learned a few key things like don't loan money, your credit, or co-sign for any fool ever. This could ruin your financial future. I also learned that I never co-sign or give people money or loan them money unless I can just throw the money away. If I want to give somebody some money, I just give it to them where I see fit. Do not loan. Set up auto pay on all your credit cards and your student loans. Sometimes it's easy even when you have the cash to forget to pay something. Anytime you forget to pay something that's connected to your credit, it's going to lower your credit score. So paying automatically looks really good to creditors. And also sign up for these free credit builder programs. I like Credit Karma and Credit Sesame, two of my favorites. They give you alerts whenever there's fraudulent activities on your accounts or whenever a creditor reports something on your account. I also like Experian Boost because you can connect it to your bank account and it lets your creditors know when you've made favorable payments to your bills. Lesson 8 is even when you have the money, do not go house crazy. Like I told y'all, in my 20s, I bought my first home. Now I bought a home that was much bigger sooner than I needed because I knew I wanted the resale value in the end. However, if you know you're going to be living in your house for a while and it's for you and maybe another person, you want to make sure you buy accordingly. Buy nice, but don't overspend, mainly because you want to have money for other necessities and for travel and other things. And also you want to be able to pay that house down as quickly as possible so that you can keep that credit score up. Furthermore, you don't want to be stuck with a house that you can't get rid of later on that's way too big. If it's smaller, you can pay it off quicker and maybe it can be an investment property for your future. These are just ideas, and I know that everybody wants to have that nice house, but it's not always the American dream. Don't be out here trying to stunt for people that can't even afford a shack. Buy at your level or even less so that you're less house poor. You do not want a big old house that you can't afford or don't want to afford that's going to limit you in life. Lesson 9 is to protect yourself even when you feel like you don't have much. And I know this can be hard, especially when you're young, to hear. A financial plan should include safeguards to protect your future and your life. Life insurance is going to help your family, especially if you pass away. And if you don't already have it, even if you're an entrepreneur, start looking for life insurance soon. One thing is to not just have it through your job. If you have one, don't just have it there. Also seek it in other places. There are companies that are directly just for life insurance. I've also gotten one through, say, State Farm or other places where I already have insurance to give you some more security. And after that, even while you're young, it's a good idea to have a will. And once you've created a will, you can file it. You can do this online through things like LegalZoom or even through your attorney. This will help to make sure that whatever you have is going to be protected and you'll know who it's going to. And lesson 10 is don't think you have to know it all. Don't be intimidated by this money game. I learned a lot of what I know through mentors and family members. A lot of people can help you to understand this. You just need a very strong financial plan and even maybe sit with a financial planner to figure out what can be something you can stick to. Sticking to it is the biggest thing you can possibly do. It'll help you to see gains, it'll help you to have goals, and it'll also secure your future. So I hope today's video has been beneficial. I think finances are so big, especially before you're trying to join those finances with other people. There's some lessons that all of us didn't necessarily learn, but it's not too late to learn today. Make sure that you comment, share this video with someone who can use it, and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, y'all. Beautiful Brown Baby Doll. Peace. Check the links in the description for my free new Dr. Nina's Mentorship Facebook group, which is a group of like-minded individuals looking to progress, grow, and support one another along the way. Thanks so much for all the love and support over on my new website. If you haven't already, go ahead and check it out and join me for new ways to interact with me, giveaways and prizes, weekly emails, as well as my free 8-day supernatural video course, which is free when you sign up.